Hey guys, welcome in this video. I hope that all of you are doing great. Today we will take a look at Bitcoin and you will see that there are quite important things that we need to notice on the chart and that might give us more information to what we can expect to see on this market in the future. So I've made a few videos in the past where I shared with you guys my view on not only Bitcoin but other market. So in this video we're going to focus strictly on Bitcoin, but it's basically a update video of my view for all of you guys. So just before that we start, as always, don't forget to leave a like under the video, especially if you like that type of content, and make sure as well that you are subscribed if it's not already done. All right, so let's take a look at the market. It's not going to be a very long video. I just have a few points that I want to show you guys. So first of all, this is a 1 year chart on the daily time frame of Bitcoin. And so as we can see, we're still in a pretty strong uptrend. If we try to identify the important lows that we had within this uptrend, well, we had this one here, we had this one here, we had this one here, and more recently, we had this, we had this, we had this, and we are also getting this one. Now, this is a very recent level, so I would not consider this as a daily low per se. So I think that the last really meaningful daily low that we have here is most definitely this one. So as we can see, it is basically the $50,000 level. And so if you guys remember in previous videos, I've showed you guys that when we have a strong bull market on Bitcoin, well, the best way of going about it is to simply follow the trend and to keep moving the stop loss under the last daily low until it takes you out. If you had done this in the two other big bull market for Bitcoin, you will have done amazingly. You would have got out of the trade near pretty much the high, and you would have stayed in the bull market for as long as possible. And so that's the idea, right? When you get such big price movement, you want to stay in as long as you can, but at the same time, don't expose yourself too much of giving away profit. And so if we just apply this simple idea here, well, what we can say is that as long as the price stays above the $50,000 level right here, everything looks the same. Everything looks really healthy for Bitcoin. If it goes under this level at any moment, this is where it becomes a lot more risky. Okay. Now, the second thing I wanted to show you guys as well here is simply the RSI. So the RSI is an indicator that I like to use. I do use it for my own personal trading, and I think it can give sometimes great insight as well to what we need to look for. And so if we look at the RSI right here that we have, look at the 50 level that I marked. So I will not go too much into details here because this is more for the course, but the 50 level is a RSI level which I like to use a lot. It is actually one of the most important things that you can look at the RSI. Very few people know about this, and very few people actually implement that into their RSI analysis, let's put it that way, but it's very important, and I do cover this more in the course, but here I'm just going to show you guys what we can learn with this example right here. Okay, so if we look at the RSI on the 50 level, well, what we can see is that this basically acts as a level of that will help the price to stay within the uptrend. And so what do I mean by that? Well, we can see that every time that the price made a low, well, it was basically around the 50 level on the RSI. And so what we can also notice then with the RSI is that in order for the uptrend to really look strong, we need to stay above the 50 level on the RSI, which is what we can call the neutral level. Okay, so if the price stays above the 50 level, it looks really strong. If it goes under that, it becomes a lot more risky as well. And so these are really the two best tools that you can use to simply track Bitcoin and see how it's going to develop in the future. So as long as we keep making new higher points on the daily chart, the uptrend looks perfectly good. And we get another confirmation of this with the RSI. And so if at any moment in the future, let's just look at some different scenarios. If at any moment in the future the price goes under this level, whether it does it from here, whether we make another high, then we drop. If we break a meaningful daily low and we go under the 50 level on the RSI, this is where it becomes a lot more risky and where the market becomes more exposed to a potential correction This doesn't mean that the whole market will drop. It doesn't mean that the whole bull market is over. It just means that we might get a bigger correction. And if you guys know anything about Bitcoin, well, you know that there are really deep corrections sometimes that we see on the market, right? You can get a really deep pullback. And so that's important to take in consideration when it comes to trading this kind of asset. So all of this to say, and I think I will keep it there because it's really no more complex than that. All of this to say that if the price keeps making new higher points on the daily chart, as long as it's doing that, everything looks good. The uptrend looks perfectly valid. If at any moment it breaks under a meaningful daily low and the RSI goes through the 50 level, this is where it becomes a lot more risky and where the market becomes more probable to make a bigger and a deeper pullback. It doesn't mean that the whole uptrend is over. It just means that we might get a bigger pullback. And so that's the idea, right? So all of this to say, just follow the trend, keep moving the stop until it takes you out, right? It's really no more complex than that. Sometimes people love to overcomplicate their analysis. If you keep it simple, especially in a bull market like this, and you just follow the trend, you will get really good results, right? You can just go back in history and you will see that it has been the case and it's still the case today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some clarity as well, because a lot of people sometimes, get confused with their analysis. They look at way too many different things. When you keep it simple, it's usually the best way of doing it and simply while looking at the market. So if you did enjoy the video, well, don't hesitate to leave a like. You can share it as well. And on that, take care, trade with care, manage your money well, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.